All right, good morning, guys. This is 3.4, solve systems of linear equations in 3 variables. What you've learned in the past is how to solve a system using elimination or substitution with just x and y, and now they add the third variable, z. It's got 3 dimensions, and they got some pretty good models here on the next page here, just to show you what it is. So if you have a 3-dimensional object, it'd be like graphing 3 planes. And just like before, you're looking for where they cross. So you see this one on the left here. This one here has one solution. It hits right in the middle there. Infinite is when you'd have many solutions, and they do have the option of having no solution. And again, it's where all 3 of them would cross, not 2, but all 3. Let's go back here, and this is what the problems look like today. This, like I said, it has 3 dimensions, so it has x, y, and z. Of this page, this one is probably the most important thing here. The solution is an order triple, which means you do get answers for x, y, and z. And of course, the other one is, again, many solutions or no solutions. Okay. This page here kind of gives you an overview of how to do the problem. I'm actually just going to skip this one here and go to how I like to do the problem. So we'll move right along. And here's problem number 1. So go ahead and put that in. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it. But I'm just going to keep on going. So what I do to start the problem is I look for one of the 3 lines to have smaller numbers. Check out your coefficients, see what they all are. I do notice the bottom one has a 1 in it. So like right here, a -1. That's kind of nice. So that's probably going to be the one I go with. I do keep in mind, though, long term, that I'm going to have to get one of the letters to eliminate. So for right now, let's just do this. So right now, I'm picking this one here because of the y value has a 1 in it. So I'll write that first. And then I write it a second time. Okay, now because it has to satisfy all 3 equations, you have to mix and match with the other 2 equations. So this is what I mean by that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so I started with this one, and I wrote it twice. Now I'm going to write the other ones like this. So I'll go 4x. And then I'll put the other one here. Okay, so in the back of your mind, you have to be thinking you're going to have to eliminate the x's, the y's, or the z's. So right now, remember how I mentioned that the coefficient of y was 1, and that's kind of nice. So as you look at this side over here, these 2 over here, check out the x's, the y's, and the z's, and you'll notice the y's are the easiest one to eliminate. If you take the top equation times 2, it's going to work out. So that's what I'm going to do next year. I'll take 2 times 6x. Let's keep on going. Okay, now I can rewrite the bottom one underneath it if I want to, but it's not going to change it at all. So technically I can just go like this, make the line. The y's are going to eliminate, so I'll get okay, so I noticed this right here. Now here's what you have to be very careful with when you do these problems. You have to take your time, make sure you don't make any mistakes. So I just caught mine right now, which is nice because if you don't catch it early, you go through the whole problem. So right now, check this out. I have to take 2. I forgot to take 2 times that last one, and 2 times -1 is -2. All right, there we go. So -2 with 1, -1. There we go. All right. Okay, moving along. So now I have that side. I have the y eliminated. The plan worked. So now I'm going to eliminate the y's on the other side. My plan would be this. I see that -3. I can multiply the top times -3. That'll turn the top y value into a +3. So just going along here. And just like what happened before, guys, pay close attention to detail when you do these problems. If you go too fast, a lot of times you'll miss something, and then it gets a little frustrating. So, take your time, make sure you're getting the right numbers. Okay, guys, so I got the Y to eliminate on both the first set and the second set. So what I do now is, and this is the part you guys were good at, you're going to take those two equations, and then you'll set them right beside each other. Okay, so you set them right beside each other, and then we're going to use substitution or elimination, and this next part goes pretty smooth usually. And we really lucked out here because you see the 16x and the negative 16x that eliminates from the get-go. That doesn't always happen like that, but we'll take it when it does. 11z minus 7 would give you 4z, negative 12, and z equals negative 3. Okay, guys, so the next two parts, they go quite a bit faster. So now that we know our z value is negative 3, let's plug it into one of these two equations here, and then we'll get our x value. So don't go all the way to the top, just focus on one of these two, and I'll pick this one. So if you put negative 3 in place of z, right there, you get negative 33. Move it to the other side by adding. You get 32 when you swing it over. And then you end up getting x equals 2. So now we look back up at the top where we can try to find one with low numbers. This one has pretty low numbers right here. That one looks pretty easy to work with. So you put 2 in place of the x, you get 8. Negative 3 in place of the z, you get negative 9. Put those two together, you get negative 1, move it over. Long story short, y equals 1. Okay, guys, so here is the next one. And so I'm looking at this one, and I'm noticing the top one has low numbers for coefficients. So I'm going to go with that one. I'll write that first. Okay, so got that one written. And then I have to do a little mix and match. So I will, the first one listed. Okay, and the next one. Okay. All right, guys. So the goal now is to get a letter to eliminate. And so, kind of observe. You have to have the same letter on both sides. That's part of the goal. So I'm looking on the right-hand side, and I'm noticing the y's here. Notice how you'd have a positive y and a minus y. So that makes it really easy. It's 4x is what's left over, plus 3z equals 8. All right, so that's done. That was not too bad. And then you go to the other side. So now we have to get the y's to eliminate on this other side. So it looks like if I take the top times negative 4, that'll work out pretty good. Negative 28. Okay, nope, nope, that's 12. That's 12. Okay. There we go. Okay, perfect. And now that I have that, remember now the second equation, I don't have to do anything to because they're going to eliminate. The y's are going to go out. So I have 0 for the x's, 0 for the y's, 0 for the z equals negative 5. So something goofy is going on here, and I think you know what it is. We did it when we did substitution elimination before. If you get 0 equals negative 5, that is an example of no solution. And what's kind of nice about no solution is you can be done with the problem. You don't have to finish anything else. That's it. And so same thing goes with many solutions. If you get like 5 equals 5, you're just done with the problem. Okay. And this is the last one here that I'll do with you guys. We have the easy one is the top one. That's not always the case. It just happened to be on the last two. A little mix and match. Okay, and we're ready to continue. So check out the Y's, X's, Z's, find the easiest one. In my opinion, the Z's are pretty straightforward here. On the left-hand side, you already have a positive and a minus Z, so that's pretty nice. 2x plus 2y equals 8. And you hop over to the other side. If I want to get the Z's to eliminate, I have to multiply the top times -1. Okay. The plan worked out. The Z's do eliminate. I'd have 4x. No, 2x. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2x plus 2y equals 8. All right, there we go. Okay, so now you're probably noticing the left equation and the right one, what's left over, that they're exactly the same. Now, that is an example of many solutions, but just so I can show you what that looks like to finish it off. I'll do that. I mean, you technically could shut it down and just say many solutions from here, but so go 2x plus 2y equals 8. Same thing. If you want to get the x's to eliminate, you'd multiply the top times -1. Plan worked out. On the left-hand side, you'd get just a big 0 because everything cancels. Same thing on the right-hand side. 0 equals 0 is an example of many solutions. All right, guys. If you have any questions, you can, first rewatch the video. I am making a second video with just more examples. That'll be, just look on YouTube, Silbernagel, I believe it's 3.4, and then I'll probably call it like day 2 or something. And yeah, just kind of keep ripping them out and be consistent. Take your time. If you make a mistake, slowly go back, look at all your work, and you'll be fine. All right, guys, have a good day.